ton of time to play around with. They know it. Gotta get to work.
Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always.
2K Sports pregame show. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's home to Tinseltown and the Lakers, Los Angeles, California, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. This is Kevin Harlow. Both sides will try and push it on the fast break doors to get easy scores. Talk a bit about playing fast, but also playing with efficiency.
Well, you look no further than the Golden State Warriors, who, when they are playing with pace and out in transition and the threes are flying, it's electric and frankly almost unstoppable. But they walk that delicate line of playing fast without turning it over. You want to give these great players freedom, but within that freedom, they've got to make sure, okay, we've got to value the basketball, and yes, we can maybe turn it over 10 times per game, but we get north of 10, 15 turnovers, and that's going to put us in a little bit of a problematic situation.
Good analysis. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. Green is out there with Lowry, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Here's Lowry. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. No good from 11 feet. Kuzma passes to James. With the steal. Fast break Toronto. Lowry's got the ball. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, let's remember, this guy was part of Team USA that went on to win gold in Rio. And if you remember, Coach K called Lowry the team's unsung hero. Very high praise for Kyle.
Kyle Lowry, one of the better rebounders you'll see at that point guard position.
Well, at 6'1", he does an incredible job rebounding the position, particularly given his size. And you love that he's committed to it long term.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
1:41 left to play in the first quarter. Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
Well, Kevin, they need to get back on defense. He said the challenge of facing a fast break team like this is limiting transition points. And he told his players, if you're not running, you're sitting. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now here is McGee after the miss from Serge Ibaka. And a wide open look for James. 2 corners off the mark. The Raptors have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Ibaka with a screen on Kuzma. Lowry against London. 5 to shoot. Raptors get it back and a new 24. Valanciunas, good.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Josh Hart comes in for Brandon Ingram. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
How does he get that shot off? He had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Beasley the screen. Here's LeBron. And that one, good.
Just textbook basketball, right? James's IQ for the game so high, his vision and court awareness so good, he can exploit that pick and roll so effectively.
And stolen by James. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope off with the layup.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have it.
It's all tied. Now you see a lot of players who pick up the controller and fire up it.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing it.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
They've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
They've got Hart. LeBron James is out there at Beasley. That's Lance Stevenson, and it's Ball in at the point guard position. That's the Laker 5. Now here's Bob. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the score. 4 on the clock. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. LeBron signing a 4-year deal with the Lakers. Greg, many speculated it might happen, but it was still a shot.
Makes sense from LeBron's standpoint. Son plays in LA for high school. LeBron has a lot of business interests as well. And also what's interesting is that when LeBron's contract ends, his son could potentially be coming into the NBA as a rookie.
And Los Angeles with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Beasley. And it's Ingram in for James. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for OG Anunoby. Green's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Wright in for Fred VanVleet. Here's Leonard. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Stolen by Stevenson. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Here's Ball. Back to Ingram. McGee up top. Here's Hart, guarded by Green. Here's the 3. Hart, no good. Raptors trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's McGee. Back to Hart. It's won by Green. To the inside. And finished off by Wright.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer.
And we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
That big change of possession in a tight ball game. We'll see if they've seized the momentum.
And McGee kicks to Hart. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. McGee is screened. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, they simply misfire. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
Now, here's Green. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that ties it up.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Tie game in Los Angeles. It's time now to work. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good... And that'll...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. In the past, it has been suggested to us that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it's always contingent on the team, Kevin. If you think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo, Showtime type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
On the second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Toronto right now, Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Green, and it's Leonard in at the 3 set. Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Well, think about the Toronto Raptors last year. 59 wins in the regular season, which was a franchise high. Won the Atlantic for the 4th time in 5 years. And then it comes to an end with a thud, losing to the Cavaliers in the playoffs. Brutal.
Here's Anunoby. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and we wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach. They can't start on the regular. Kevin?
In the postseason, Doris, for the 2nd consecutive year.
It's getting painful. Swept twice, defeated for the 3rd straight time by the same team. And you think about the Raptors, a team that geared up and changed things to try to avoid it, and it still happens. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Now here's James. After the miss from Serge Ibaka, Rondo. Toronto grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. Leonard with no one around. Misses the wing jab. The Lakers in the lead. Caldwell Pope kicks to McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Raptors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. They set the pick. Stolen by McGee. Caldwell Pope dishes to LeBron. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. No good off the front iron.
Man, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
It's stolen by Rondo. Here we go. James heading to the hoop. They grabbed the wrong miss. Ball's knocked loose. Wow. And some nice defense around the quarter. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Lakers lead by 4. And we're just moments away from assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. We've got Brandon Ingram. Is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then there's Kyle Kuzma and Stevenson in at the 3 spot. Actions in the game for the Lakers. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Shot up 2 hitter. Kuzma's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Los Angeles. Raptors trail by 6. Now here's Puff. Master Van Vliet, the feed to Valanciunas. Takes the 13-footer. Second chance shot. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Kevin, you know this. There's a long history of great players coming out of Lithuania, and Valanciunas right there with the best of them. Remember, back in 2012, this guy was the MVP of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Wright.
And really just a great rhythm at the line. Whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance. He has really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
The Raptors making a switch bench here. Siakam's checked in.
You know, an easy basket made possible because the assist was crisp and it was perfectly placed.
And for the Lakers, their shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. That's good.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautiful, easily working the ball over two open teammates.
And it's Miles missing. Lakers leading by 4. And Kuzma.
It's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage of look as you can really get.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy the alley-oop all over again. To the paint. Kyle with the steal. He dishes it to Miles. It's over Ingram. Miles with another miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And out of bounds, and Toronto gains possession.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. And Toronto also making a switch. Ibaka's checked in. Raptors trail by 6.
Can't waste a second now. And even then, there's still a little chance.
No, exactly. They've got to act quickly. They don't have a ton of time to work with. Oh, Kev, how about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
Rocket against McGee. At the heart. 6 on the shot clock. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. Some changes here for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Raptors also changing it up. Valanciunas is checked in for C.J. Miles. Leonard comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Kyle Kuzma.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hi, guys. During that last break, I heard what the Raptors coach told his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort and win this game.
Thank you, David. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
And he commits the intentional foul. As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
And winning games.
Seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Back to Lowry. Shoots from the baseline. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And he's just putting the team on his back when he's needed most.
Don't you just love to see that confidence when taking these big shots?
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
That's the first, man. That's a 3-point lead.
I don't know how often we can say we get to watch a once-in-a-generation talent, but how lucky are we to watch LeBron do his thing? We have 2-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, this is what they're left with, needing a fast bucket, then a foul.
Well, it's desperation time, and you don't have a ton of time to play around with. They know it. Gotta get to work.
That finish. It feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Look, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team.
In the first heartbreaker.
And the leadership James brings to this team is incredible.
No, God, please, no.
Things get tight. They look to the king to provide for them.
And so the Lakers take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making pressure didn't get away from him late. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.